boy King Say So, and I'm back. Before we get to it, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, as you always watch the full video.
Hernandez Govan, the one and only person accused of killing Memphis rapper Young Dolph that actually was acquitted of it in court. Like, he took it all the way to trial and they found him not guilty. This same man has just been indicted by the feds for threatening to shoot up a woman's house who has a kid in the house over $500.
Idiot. 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 This shows, like, I'm gonna say, you didn't deserve to beat that case. Sometimes people don't even truly beat cases because they're truly innocent. They beat the case because the prosecutor or whatever didn't have enough evidence. People would, especially when it comes to like hood cases. You already know everybody ain't snitching, so therefore, if they can't 100% prove it with just a video or something, a person walks away. They beat the case, and that's what happens a lot. So I think that's what happened with this one. Nobody would truly talk. Nobody would say what was truly going on, what truly happened. So therefore, he beat the case. He wasn't innocent. They just couldn't prove it.
You want to make hundreds of dollars?
I said the reason why I said it is because the nigga who just beat that type of case, nigga, I'm not finna risk my life to go to jail, nigga. I just beat a major case. I'm doing interviews and shit. I'm on podcasts. I'm finna run it up.
Memphis rapper Young Dolph is now facing new charges.
Hernandez Govan is charged in connection to allegations he threatened an ex-girlfriend last week.
Donning a red gel uniform, something you often see with those considered high profile, was Hernandez Govan Friday. 3 members with the Shelby County Detention Response Team, also known as DRT, a specially trained tactical unit, escorted the 46-year-old.
Especially when you know, nigga, you ended a rapper's life. Somebody who people love all across the world. Nigga, like, both sides of the flag, everything. Like what, nigga? Jails ain't gonna continue to do this shit for you for too long, bro. They were like, nigga, you already been out here 3 or 4 times. We can't keep spending all this money to have these special units for them to protect you when you want to keep bringing your black ass back to jail. No, you're gonna go ahead and public with the public, and whatever happens, happens.
To court.
Now, y'all hear what they just said? They had a tactical unit escort him into court. He's wearing a red uniform, which is apparently for high-profile cases. Well, why would that be? Because he's about as high profile as you can get. He was connected to killing one of the biggest rappers from Memphis, and he got locked up in Memphis. Guaranteed he's in protective custody. I mean, that's just what I would assume. I can't say that that's fact, but why else would he have a high custody wristband, a high custody?
It don't matter what jail he goes to, nigga. Like, you took somebody that's famous across the world. Not just, oh, this is a internet person. I mean, like, this is an Instagram person. This is somebody who was internet as a whole. TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, all that shit.
Uniform, because stalking isn't a high custody case. It's because of who he is. And everybody knows, you know, you got one half of Memphis, or at least the majority of Memphis, that fuck with Dolph, and then the rest of them don't. You know, Dolph had his enemies, fair play. But this guy going into the county jail in Memphis, guaranteed it is not safe.
Are charged with harassment and stalking. Each of those offenses.
What landed Govan in custody reportedly happened last week. Your news leaders were able to get a copy of the police report filed after Govan's ex-girlfriend called for help. The report summarizes what she alleged happened, causing her to, quote, fear for her safety and the safety of her child. His former girlfriend told police Govan made phone calls and texts threatening to post to social media explicit videos. It's also alleged he threatened to have someone shoot up her home. After officers and National Guard members reportedly checked the area, it's alleged Govan sent yet another message saying, quote, the National Guard can't save you. They can't be there forever.
Now, how?
You see what I'm saying? Like, bro, like,
bad do you gotta be for the National Guard to get called in? I don't know if this is like a Memphis thing. I've never heard of the National Guard investigating like a domestic case, right? Or just saying you're gonna go do something. I've never heard of the National Guard getting involved in a case like this. Have any, if you have, commented in the comment section,
Nah,
but
not a DV case, but he's probably saying it because who he is, the high risk inmate that this nigga is. He probably y'all you call the law and say I'm here doing something to you. This who coming. But I still don't think them people are coming. You might get SWAT. You might get SWAT. That might be your highest rank of law enforcement that he might get is SWAT to come out.
how bad do you have to be? And then he's like, yo, National Guard can't help you. They can't watch your house forever. That's crazy.
Bond was set at $4,000. Govan left the same way he came, flanked by extra security, headed back to lockup.
Now we're gonna break down the federal paperwork because originally this case started off as a state case and then the feds took over and indicted him. But like I just told you, $500 is what this case was over. The woman owed him money that he gave her, apparently, allegedly, whatever you want to say. But he allegedly crashed out and had to pay $4,000 just to get out of jail and then get rearrested and indicted by the feds. This is why you shouldn't crash out, because $500 ain't worth it. Now you paying $4,000 a bond. You got to get a lawyer, a whole worse situation when you could have just let that $500 go.
And risking your life by going back to jail. You're talking the National Guards can't save her. Them DCOs ain't gonna always protect you.
Hernandez Govan, who was acquitted last year in the case connected to the death of Memphis rapper
my life
Young Dolph,
like that, bro.
is out on a $4,000 bond after being arrested on news stalking and harassment charges. Court records show a woman accused Govan of sending threatening calls and messages earlier this month.
Now, I'm not gonna lie, right? When this dude came out, there was so many comments about he looked like a killer, he looked scary, he looked like this and that. And in my personal, humble opinion, it kind of reminds me of what Vaughn was saying about Wooski.
Are they gonna try to make it seem like he crazy because he ugly? You know, all the ugly people, they try to make them like the toughest people and shit. They try to make all the ugly motherfuckers seem like they super tough and shit, like they super gangster.
That is true. That is true. But because this is where somebody ugly or unattractive, you might look at, oh, this person might do something to you. Nigga, they said, what's the nigga name? I forgot. It's so many serial unalive, I be forgetting names, but some of them niggas, they said they was handsome. And they was eating people.
Because he ugly and shit, then he got shot in his head, so now he's stupid, slow, they think that's savage. That shit lame, don't nobody get...
So that's kind of how I think when I look at this dude, right? Because he built like a buff tadpole. Like it's a weird, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people just look at him because he's expressionless, but he talks like a regular human being. He bleeds like any man bleeds, and he had some things to say about me.
He just like a shicey nigga. Like this is somebody you cannot trust. Like you put some money down on the table, bro, go to the bathroom, come back, you for sure gotta recount that shit.
I made a comment on Vlad TV when I was asked about him. And he just, you know, he tries to have this super killer persona, threatening to shoot up everybody and everything and whatever.
Images of this now infamous white Mercedes, Memphis police say was the getaway car used in Young Dolph's murder at Makita's Cookies, has been viewed by millions. The car was found outside this abandoned home on Bradley Street days after the killing in late November. It's the same home seen here in this music video featuring Young Dolph's accused killer, Justin Johnson, also known as Straight Drop. Court records show 43-year-old Hernandez Govan, who was just indicted in the rap star slaying, along with Johnson and Cornelia Smith, once lived just a few houses down. Neighbors fearing for their lives told us off camera he grew up on the street.
So this is where Hernandez Govan gets all of his aura, if you'll call it that, or at least the mystique behind who he is he's tied in directly to the Dolph murder case. He's the only one that essentially beat the case. And yeah, you know, that's where he gets his name from. This is what he's known for. Other than that, we don't really know shit about him. Now, to just give y'all my honest opinion, I'm not gonna act like this man isn't about whatever he says he's about, because we gotta look at the proof. If you are in your 40s knocking down on 50's doorstep and you're wearing Nike Techs with a shiesty on, trying to look like a new generation killer, because mind you, they weren't looking like that in the 80s or 90s, whenever this man grew up. This is some new shit. This is how the new young killers dress, right? That's some New York shit. But if you're in your mid 40s, dressing up in a Nike Tech and a shiesty, I want no problems with you, because it just tells me you are the same man you were 30 years ago.
Oh God. Oh, instead of young and dumb, you're old and dumb.
Ain't never grew out of that mentality and you're ready to crash. Like, you know it's
Like,
bad when
again, if I just beat that, God damn, she thick as fuck. I'm sorry, I just got completely distracted. Lord have mercy. But like I was saying, if you just beat the case that he just beat, nigga, everybody knows me. Half the people don't care. The other half hate me. Nigga, I'm not going back to jail, bro. You're. That's how I say for the rappers. Your face is the money now, nigga. Your name, your face is well known. I would have played on that fact. Like, I would have made up a podcast, my own podcast, and named it something. I don't know. I don't know, Killer Thoughts or some shit like that, nigga. Like, to play on that, and that'll have people pissed off, but that'll have them clicking on your channel though.
your influence as a 40, almost 50-year-old man is the kids 30 years younger than you. When you're dressing up like them, you know it's a problem. But Hernandez's most viral moment is literally this right here.
Gentlemen, have you reached the verdict?
Yes.
State of Tennessee versus Hernandez Govan, count 1. We, the jury, find the defendant Hernandez Govan not guilty in count 1 of the indictment. State of Tennessee versus Hernandez Govan, count 2. We, the jury, find the defendant Hernandez Govan not guilty in count 2 of the indictment.
Now, I'm 1,000% biased. I'm a Young Dolph fan. Whether he did or didn't do it, you can't say he's responsible or had anything to do with it because he beat the case. He was acquitted. Everything against him, he beat it at trial. The jury sided with him. They did not have enough evidence when he was alleged of orchestrating.
Oh, yeah. You got to be able to prove it, though. You got to be able to prove it.
The entire thing. So he beat this, but again, he kind of used this to get on the Vlad TV, start doing interviews, get on there and do interviews looking like this, and yeah, I got charged with it. Yeah, I beat it. Yeah. I don't care about none of that. I'm from Memphis. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's coming out with this stone cold killer persona. Not to say that he isn't, because again, he's out here wearing Nike Techs and shiesties, but I'm just saying he beat the case. Now, this is a federal criminal complaint charging him with cyber stalking. The statement of probable cause would read, on June 4th, 2026, the Memphis Police Department responded to a domestic call regarding threatening electronic communications. The Memphis Police Department contacted the victim, a woman known as JJ, who had been receiving threatening text messages from Govan since June 3rd, 2026. JJ was in fear of the life of herself and their child, requesting that police officers clear the home to ensure that Govan was not present. The texts were a result of approximately $540 that Govan provided to JJ to pay for a rental car. When there were complications with the booking, Govan told JJ to keep the money. JJ stated to the Memphis Police Department that during a phone conversation with Govan, he had threatened to shoot up JJ's phone. Due to Govan's messages, the Memphis Police Department and the National Guard checked the area at the time of the complaint, where Govan sent a message stating the National Guard can't watch your house all day, LOL. And another message stating, I don't give a fuck about no police, National Guard, or nothing. Now, how much y'all want to bet he had on that Nike Tech that day? Threatening to shoot up your baby mama's house while your kid is inside. is crazy. And this is over $540. I guarantee you, he's been on Vlad TV, No Jumper, and probably a whole bunch of other smaller YouTube channels. I guarantee you he's getting paid more than $540. He should be able to spend that with no problem. Now I'm gonna read these text messages, and I couldn't show it on screen the way I normally would because there's some crazy messages, and not only that, it shows the phone numbers, so I have to show a blurred out version. But he's basically threatening to post explicit videos of her. In the text, it would clearly state his son is autistic. He's putting it on his son. He's basically accusing her of running off with his money. He's gonna do a YouTube video on her. And then it clearly also states, I don't give a fuck about no police, National Guard, or nothing. Show them this message. Well, that's exactly what she did, and now you're indicted by the feds. He'd follow up with, I really thought highly of you, for real, for real. Never struck me as the type of person that would literally put their son's livelihood in danger about $540. But she's really not. Apparently you told her to keep the money. Now you're threatening to shoot her whole crib up, and you're saying, I can't believe you're gonna make me come and shoot up your house with my kid inside because you don't want to give me my money. What? You gotta be.
He was slow. Cause you clearly said F that 500, nigga. He said, let me tag your probably your mom's. Glad I know her name.
On drugs to literally call me 10 times, beg me to send my money, and then you take it. You would have been better off robbing Michael Myers than taking my money. That's for my son's meds. All I wanted was my money back. I'm a real street ninja. What I look like beefing with a female. More importantly, what I look like letting a hoe take $500 that's needed for my son medicine. Take this how you want to take it, but I will do life in prison with a smile about my motherfucking son well-being. I hope that don't go over your head. I hope you sleep good. Well, if I'm just being fair in this situation, if you only had $500, why would you send her the $500 if you desperately need the $500 for your son's medication? Now, I agree you're mad about the money and you're now saying it's for your son, but why would you send it? And then saying she's better beefing with Michael Myers? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's gonna look bad in court, bro. That's gonna look bad in court. Like
putting out the persona.
You were supposed to be this good. You were supposed to be this good man, this good innocent man. You wouldn't hurt nobody. You didn't hurt nobody. And that's why you got let off. But you.
Look, I am a serial killer. I will get you gone. I will do this and that. I don't care about the police. Well, she called them, and they called back.
All she needed, what would have milked him completely if he would have said, "I will do you like I will get you done like how I got Dolph done." If he would have said that, nigga, that would have been so viral.
National Guard, and then they got the feds, and now it's all coming down on you. Now, I can't show the rest of these texts because they're very explicit. And he's basically threatening to, post it all over social media of her doing things with people. And he says, I hope you turn it into 5 million. You gonna need it tonight. We making the news today. Now, a sergeant of the Memphis Police Department provided information that Govan had given JJ approximately $500 for a rental because Govan was having difficulties procuring one. JJ also had difficulties with a rental car and offered to give Govan his money back. As a result, he began harassing her through cell phone communication. She was in fear of her life. Govan has taken action with the intent to harass and intimidate using his cell phone, which is a facility of interstate commerce, to engage in a course of conduct that placed her in fear, in reasonable fear of death or serious bodily injury. His actions attempted to cause, did cause, and could cause substantial emotional distress. Now, cyber stalking itself doesn't really seem like that big of a deal. The punishment federally is up to 5 years in a federal prison. But the most serious aspect of this case is him, the person. He was acquitted of a murder, beat a murder case, did a whole bunch of interviews talking about crazy things. They robbed T.I., melted his chain.
You better hope they'll if he get like the same DA or prosecutor, he's gonna use this. he gonna use it like he gonna bring this back up. Like, look, like he was acquitted. Like, I mean, his lawyer is if he's good enough, gonna be able to like, hey, nigga, he was acquitted of that. But all he's gonna need is for him to for the jury to hear like he was involved in this case. He beat it because not because he was innocent, but because we couldn't prove it, and that's gonna help them watch him.
Down, like he talked about a lot of different things he was allegedly involved in, and he's straight up telling this girl, you were better off robbing Michael Myers than playing with me. I will shoot up that crib, this and that. He's giving off this killer persona in every single interview. Shorty has a decent case because she's just gonna be like, look at how he carries himself. Look at the type of way he wants to be seen. He's dressing up in a Nike Tech with a shiesty on, threatening to blow down my house with my kid inside. Now, how do I think this case is gonna go? I mean, I don't think they need any more evidence than they already have. You know what I'm saying? It's all in text, it's in phone calls.
They should prove a lot.
They have the voicemails. Obviously, we're not gonna be able to see or hear that, but the feds have it, and this is a Fed case. And if he was stressing $540, I don't know how much money he's gonna have to get a federal lawyer to fight this. So it sounds like he might be on his way to federal prison. And if he's still being housed in Memphis, in the Memphis County Jail, it's very likely he's on protective custody because of the threat on his life. Dolph had a lot of fans. Dolph had a lot of friends. And he's in Memphis where Young Dolph was killed. So regardless of if he beat the case, you know, that's good for society. But in the streets and in jail, just his mere involvement can cause someone to do something to him. But let me know y'all's thoughts and comments in the comment section. It's 1090 Jake. I'm rocking with y'all and y'all rocking with me.
He's speaking facts though, Ricky, like, because again, when it comes to somebody famous, they have a lot of people who loved him. It's like Tupac fans, right? There's somebody still to this day. If they came out to be, oh, this person was involved, was there. He said he paid, he whatever, and you go to jail right now to this day, somebody gonna get you. It might not even be somebody black, but somebody's gonna get you, bro, because he had a lot of people who loved him. Somebody's gonna get you. It's like how it went for the Nipsey shit. Nigga, that nigga still got touched. Before the case was done, they got to that man.